Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast, Cup Half Full. I'm your host, Martika Chanel. And let me just say, I am super excited about this new endeavor. If you know anything about me, you know that this has been a dream you all in the making for 3 years now. 2021 was the year that I said, I want to do a podcast and I want it to be of optimism and inspiration. And the name Cup Half Full came to me then. And so now that I have completed all of my mandatory obligations with the military, I have 1 semester under my belt for doctoral school. It feels so good to be here. So thank you all for tuning in. I just wanted to talk to you all just a little bit about just launching the podcast, what it's meant for me to finally do it, right? And also just leave you all with a task out, a do out, because we're leveling up, right? This is 2025 and all the things that we've been envisioning for ourselves and we've been saying, hey, I'm going to do that. We're doing it. Okay. We're doing it this time around. And so I'm going to be there to help you every step of the way, right? So I can't wait to share the takeaway with you all at the end. But in terms of launching the podcast, the reason why I wanted to embark on this new journey, I'm a talker. I love to talk and not just meaningless talk. I enjoy deep conversations. And if you have a business idea, okay, now on to brainstorming. Like I just love a good in-depth conversation. It's fulfilling. And if you enjoy those too, you get me, right? Because it's just enjoyable just to be able to bounce ideas off of others. And once you start talking, you understand, okay, there are other people out there who think like me, right? We have commonalities. And then you say, oh my gosh, you know so and so. And then you're on the road to networking, right? And connecting the dots in terms of getting closer to where it is that you want to be at in life and achieving the goals that you perceive for yourself. So it's always a beautiful thing. And I've always been inspired by the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Sally Jessy Raphael. If you know, you know. Just those who just really, and now Sherry Shepherd is on the scene, right? Just having just those engaging conversations with others. It's always nice just to lean into those, learn more about others, and just stay connected. Another factor that goes into launching this podcast is building community. I'm a big advocate for that. It's building community. I've lived all over, and that's always one of my main goals. When I get to a new place, is where do I start with my finding my people, my tribe? And so I felt as though this was a wonderful way to build community, not only for myself, but also amongst, all those who come to support. We can stay connected, to root for each other along the way. And sometimes, for some of us who are on islands, you don't have the luxury of going out, with a loved one or a new friend, right? And so sometimes you do need a virtual network, a virtual community, village that's going to be there to support you. And so that's what this is all about. So I'm so excited about it. When I first started on TikTok in 2021, one of my girlfriends inspired me to hop on there. She was like, hey, you have the personality for it, et cetera, et cetera. And I finally listened, and I was so grateful for that, just that new beginning, because I really got to see, wow, this is really a thing. The virtual connectivity with others, and building just that virtual support system. It's a reality. And I felt so uplifted during that time. It was post-COVID. I was going through divorce at the time and, raising 3 littles by myself on an island. And I needed that. And it was so nice and uplifting to just embark on that, to see the positive effects of that. And so there's the little backstory for the podcast. Yeah. And also, as you're moving through life, it's always important to have a positive perspective on the things that are happening around you, to you, because what I've found is that there's always a silver lining, and you don't see it right away, right? Because you're in the thick of it. And, first of all, a lot of times, things were happening to you. I know for myself, and I'm like, why is this happening? That used to be my mindset. And then now, I've changed that. I've shifted that. And it's now is, what is this telling me? What am I supposed to learn from this, right? What is this here to teach me? And as Oprah would say, what is it here to teach me? And that has helped me a lot in my growth as a person, and also helped me too in my relationships as well with others to better those. So that is another, just aspect of the the naming of the podcast, Cup Half Full. Because it's half full, you all. It's half full. There's always more coming. There's more replenishment. It's half full, right? That's the lens. And so moving on, I talked about earlier, hey, we are clearing goals this year. And last year I started implementing what's called a 12-week year. So every 12 weeks, fulfilling goals that you would normally fill within an entire year. So by the end of the year, you essentially fulfilled 4 years worth of goals, right? And whether those are big or small, doesn't matter. You've fulfilled those. You've conquered them. And this year, I'm still implementing that, which was very successful for me last year. I was able to, after I completed my military training, I was, off to, you know, continuing on with a new opportunity that I embarked upon in the Dallas area, and starting doctoral school. That was like the big kicker last year. I was starting doctoral school, getting that under my belt, and when I tell you, that was a roller coaster. Getting back into school, and not just school, something that's out of my field, right? I've taught in education, but you all know safety, occupational safety and health that's my bread and butter. Keeping employees safe and giving them a voice. Yes. So going into the strictly writing and researching, and it was a lot to adjust to, right? And then also fulfilling my military obligations. So, but I said all that to say, I feel like I did pretty good last year, right? Did good. I was successful. But now we're off to 2025. And you all, we are completing the 12-week plan with bingo. And you will have probably heard, people talking about their bingo board or how they're going to give it a try. We're going to do that amongst ourselves, right? So I've taken the liberty of creating a template for you all. Mine is already complete. My bingo card is. I'm super excited about it. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube or not, but yes, mine's already completed. And I want to just kind of share some tips with you on how I completed mine so that you're able to complete yours. And this will be available as well, I'll link this in the YouTube video, and then I'll put it on my IG link, and then on my website too, martikachanel.com. But anyway, yeah, so in terms of creating this, let's get back to my train of thought. You want to mix it up, right? You can even have a theme if you want your theme to be wellness, or if you want your theme to be financially centered. Choice is yours. Mine is just whole person. So I have a little bit of everything. So yeah, I kind of just put like the easier ones on the outer corners and mixed up. So I didn't stack super hard ones all together in one row or side by side. So just mixing it up, and then kind of having some short-term ones in there along with some long-term, mid-term. The choice is yours. But if you have mine, for example, I have finished 3 books. Again, this is my 12-week year. So 3 months, I will have finished 3 books. And declutter a drawer, for example. Okay, that's one. That's definitely a short-term one, right? So we can finish that one. That was the easy one. Others are going to take some more commitment. I have the weekly 2-mile run for 1 month, for example, and others require cooperation from others as well. So I have the 5 family reading hours where me and the children will come in here in the evening and we'll read, right? So that those are some of the ones that are on mind. I also incorporated some financial as well. Pay off one debt, for example, save $100. So you can whatever, and I already marked off one, right? Launching my podcast. Hey, so yeah, give yourself a couple of freebies. There is already a freebie in the middle, right? To help us to get to bingo, but there's that for the year. So I do want to support you all. So be sure to share. And thank you all for tuning in to the first episode. I will say, in addition to, as you're completing your goals, always celebrate yourself, whether you feel as though it's monumental or not. Even the micro accomplishments, they're important to celebrate. And as you're completing your bingo vision board, be sure to map out as well, like how you're going to celebrate yourself, whether that's a big ticket item, you're taking yourself to a Broadway show, or you're doing something off your bucket list, which could be that as well. Investing in something that's super expensive or a luxury item, or it could be something that's inexpensive. Maybe I know one of mine is just going to be create an at-home spa day for myself, right? Once I knock off some of the ones on my board, and others could be, maybe you take yourself to a local festival that's free, or anything. Like the choice is yours, right? Entertainment, any of those things. So yeah, make sure you celebrate yourself is my point. We have so much that we're responsible for day in and day out. Whether or not you have the responsibility of children or caring for elder parents or family members, life can get next to us, right? It can be heavy. It's a roller coaster at times. So it's always important to celebrate yourself and stay true to stay true to your goals. Whatever you've envisioned for yourself. I always like to keep my goals right here in the palm of my hand. And I don't like them to get too far away, because once you do, you start to lose a piece of you. Like it gets etched away, right? And so keep something for yourself always. And that's my takeaway for today, along with this bingo vision board that we're going to start creating. And yes, let this be an uplifting environment for us, building community. And if you will, just let me know what is one of your goals for the year that you want us to hold you accountable for. And that way we can check in with each other, right? I'm going to post my vision board. I want to be transparent. So you all can see when I get bingo, you all can kind of see, okay, this is what she's got going on her end. And I am so grateful for your time and for your support. So please feel free to like this video, share it. Please follow. I'm also on Instagram now as Cup Half Full. So please follow for just daily inspirational quotes, pick me ups along the way. We always need those. And I love you all. I'm wishing you all peace, happiness, and enjoy. Good day, y'all.